I drive, this 3-hour drive to the middle of nowhere. I get there, I do the show, then I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. You know, I had to get up at 7 a.m. just be a normal person. Then I meet this cool Indian dude and we drink till 5 a.m. So then I have to get up, I sleep 2 hours, get up, I'm walking outside with my roller back. It's like 190 degrees. I'm just questioning everything I've ever done in my life. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And I look up and there's a wolf. A real wolf. Just in front of my car, just staring at me. Like, and I'm just looking at this wolf. I'm like, why is this wolf? And I'm like looking around because I'm expecting like some guy to be like, sorry, my wolf got loose. And but there's no guy. It's just me and this wolf. And he's just staring at me. And I don't know how to make a wolf leave. You know, you're like, get out of here, wolf. Like, I don't know what you're like. So I'm just staring, and I'm like looking at him. He's like looking right at me. I said, why is he not leaving? Then I just was like, wait, is that Indian dude I was drinking with last night? Is he a wolf? It wasn't him. The wolf left. The wolf did wander off, and then I got in my car, and I was driving back. And this happened. This doesn't seem real because it's back to back. But I'm driving, and then I get stopped because a helicopter lands in the middle of the road. There's no one around but me and then this helicopter, and it picks up a guy and then flies off. Like, I should have videoed it because it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I'm like hungover, so I'm acting like it happens every day. Like, I'm honking at the helicopter like, all right, out of all days, you couldn't have hovered a second and let me get under? The other one I had was I got real drunk and then locked myself out of my hotel room completely naked. Yeah, I've done that in my 2-year-old daughter's lifetime. So if she hears this and she's like, oh, was that college? It's like, no, that's when you were the most dependent on me. Here's what, look, I don't know. I was sleeping naked. You just sleep naked when you're drunk. I don't do it normal. I think it's gross. But that day I was like, we should try that. Let's see what that's about. And then I remember, I was like, I gotta put the do not disturb sign on. So I walk and I open the door. Do not disturb sign, you can crack the door and it would fit outside. But acting like I was like moving a couch outside. And I was like opening it with my body. And then I step outside and I heard the door shut, which was the most sobering noise I've ever heard in my entire life. I was like, this is not good at all, you know? Like, you're way too far. I'm holding this do not disturb sign, which is pointless. It's like I just walked out to be like a real do not disturb sign just for the hallway. I was like, don't come down here. We're not ready. So I'm standing there and I'm like, all right, what are you gonna do? You know? So I look and there's a window. I was like, I could jump out of that. That's easier than having to explain this to my wife. And then I look to the left and there was a cleaning lady. And she's just staring at me. And the reason she's there is because it's 11 a.m. That's how far in the day it is. And I'm just like looking at it. And look, I don't have a body that like when she sees it, I'm like, you're welcome, you know? It's like, I'm sorry, look, I don't know. So I looked at her and she knew what I needed, you know? Like we didn't really talk. Like I just kind of looked at her like, you know, this happens to the best of us, right? And she looked at me like, it does not happen. She just let me back in my room. And I told my comic buddies, they tried to make me feel better. They're like, I wouldn't even worry about it. I bet she sees stuff like that all the time. And I was like, I bet I'm in her top 3. She might walk in on people naked, but no one ever charges at her naked and then needs her help, you know? Someone might run by her and laugh. No one goes up to her like, look, you're the most important person in my life right now. And I need you to be on board with all of this, all right? Don't ask questions. I'll mix it up like too, like, you know, when you gotta lose weight, you try to like go, like you ever do vodka soda when you wanna lose weight? Like, I'll do vodka soda, and then you drink it like beer and you wake up in the street. But you're like, I'm not bloated, and that's nice, you know? That's... It feels so good. Just a little, you're finding any little thing. It all does, it leads to the eating. Like, I mean, look, I don't need help eating bad at all. I'll do it naturally. And drinking just makes it the decision that much easier. I'm a big, like, I do all chain stuff. I like my restaurants to be doing good everywhere in the country. I just want to go, wherever I go in the world. I've eaten McDonald's in Dubai. Because I'm like, well, let's see what they're doing. Like, what's their McDonald's like? It's a little different. And Applebee's, I'm a big fan of Applebee's, I was really just whatever. If I eat somewhere that's not Applebee's, I will only eat what Applebee's would serve. Like, if Applebee's is not on board with it, I'm not going to be, Organic is big. Everyone wants to eat organic, but it's weird. I don't even know what it is. I'm just like, I don't want to eat this. And, I go in, like, you order it, then I'm just like, can I have all your ketchup? I think I want to eat all of it. And they're like, yeah, we make our own ketchup. They're like, of course you do. Well, I'm going to leave now because, let Heinz do it. They're doing so good at ketchup. Like, why? I eat at Walmart. You can eat there. It's fine. They're fine with it. And Walmart's great. They're always open. No one likes, no one likes Walmart, but they're always open. That's why they're great. There was a fire at a Walmart, and they did not shut down. They remained open during the fire. Like, some people didn't even know there was a fire. Other people thought they were just selling fire. Like, that's not that crazy of a thing. I'm a Walmart guy. I think I'm in the middle, I'm not Kmart, but I'm not Target, I'm not old money. I don't think I'm better than everybody. I'm just right in the middle. You ever go to Kmart? Like, Kmart doesn't even look open when you go in there. You just walk in, you're like, you guys about to close? Are you getting looted or something? You're like, no, we're open. Are you? Are you going to cut the lights on that side of the store? Maybe get some stuff, Kmart looks like where you go buy stuff if you're about to open a new Kmart. If you needed shelves for your Kmart, you'd go in there and be like, this is good. I think we're going to do it right here. There was a lot of Kmart's here in New York. I lived here for 8 years, and I loved New York. I love the driving. That's what it's like. See, I think we should all learn how to drive in Manhattan. And because it's great. Everybody honks at everybody, just screaming, yelling. That's how it should be. Growing up in the South, no one honks ever. People just sit at lights, and they're like, if you don't want to go, I totally understand. I'm probably not going to go when I get up there. So let's just wait it out. Let's let traffic die down, and we'll get home tomorrow. I once had to take my car to get it fixed, and I go to this mechanic. It looked like it was just this dude's house. And I go inside, and there was a line. There was people in there. So we're sitting there. They were taking forever, and we're all getting pretty upset about it. Finally, one of the fellow customers just starts yelling at all the employees, and I was like, this guy's great. I loved it. I would never do it, but I like when other people do it. So I was like, good for you. Just keep yelling at him. And he keeps yelling, and then a mechanic comes over and is like, you got to calm down. You can't yell at us like that. And the guy keeps yelling. I'm like, this guy's great. He's getting stuff done. Nothing can happen. I was wrong. Because they fist fought him. They fist fought him, and then they just dragged him outside, and we just watched it. We were moved up, and we're like, that's crazy, right? And just I guess that's what goes on here. That's an employee handbook. It's what are you gonna do if someone gets upset? Well, I'd like you to fight them in front of the other customers so they get it. And then drag them outside so people driving by get it as well. You know what our motto is? Our motto is, what'd you say? That's what I thought you said. Keep your mouth shut. Yeah. You know what? I tweeted about it when it happened, afterwards. I thought it was funny. And they found me. That's how crazy they were. They found it on Twitter, and they were like, hey, could you follow us so we can send you a message? I was like, how about I got the message, all right? I got it. I'll delete the tweet, don't worry about it. They were crazy. I love the craziness of, like, New York. Homeless people everywhere, that's great. They're everywhere, though, like all over the country. They travel really good. And you go by, you ever see homeless, because you see them asleep on the sidewalk, and I always feel bad, but every time I go, a homeless guy is asleep, I always notice they go to bed at a very reasonable hour. Just walk by. You'll be like 9 o'clock. You're like, that guy's going to get a solid 8 hours. I'm going to toss and turn. He'll be to work on time, you know? One homeless guy, once he asked me for money, and I was like, all right, here. And I gave him money, and he was like, it's good to give money, man. This could happen to you. You could be homeless by tomorrow. And I was like, I don't know about by tomorrow. I was like, I have a lot of friends and family, you know? Like, I have to get rid of all of them in 20... I don't have time to do that. I would have to kill them all, and then I would just go to jail. I still wouldn't even be homeless. So I don't even think I could be homeless, you know? It'd take a long time. Very forced. Maybe that's what his message was. Maybe that was good. I don't know. When I first moved to New York from Nashville, I was here 3 months, and we would always like do comedy, and we'd go eat at a diner really late. So one night, sitting in the back of this diner with some other buddies, and this guy walks in with a CNI dog, but he was pretending to be blind, like he's not blind, and I could tell. I'm really good at like, telling when people are fake blind. And he walks in. First of all, he makes a big announcement to everybody, like, "Hey, I'm blind. I'm blind, everybody." And he started just walking around, just knocking everything off everybody's table. Like, oh, I wish I could see what's going on, but I can't because I'm blind. And he had a CNI dog, but he was leading the dog around the whole time. Like, the dog never got in front of him. And I was like, it doesn't work like that. You know, I don't think the dog builds confidence. And he's like, why don't you do some of these on your own? I just want to see, like, you know, what I'm dealing with. So I'm watching all this happen. I'm getting